What if I told you the key to confidence is to be rejected over and over again? Today in this video, I'm going to take you through the journey of how I used therapy, rejection therapy, to confront my fears and overall improve my life. So I have plenty of notes right here because I want this video to be to the point. So I guess let's start with a little background of what is rejection therapy and why did I decide to do it. So what is rejection therapy? So, oh, by the way, hi, my name is Cece and welcome to my channel. Subscribe because I'm about to tell you all my business, so we're friends now. And let's just get straight into the video. Let's start with a little background on what is rejection therapy. So first, let me give you background on how I discovered rejection therapy in the first place. I was scrolling on YouTube and then I saw a short of a girl on a mat in the middle of a busy area, and you know, they asked her what is she doing and she says rejection therapy. So from there I was like, yeah, I have to try this. So I put my own little twist onto rejection therapy. So what is it? First of all, I'll put the definition up. But essentially rejection therapy is based on the concept of the more you experience rejection, the more you are resilient to it, or the less you fear it. And you, I guess, desensitized to it after a certain amount of times. So I decided to do rejection therapy for, I think it's been more than 6 months. But this was an experiment that I wanted to try on myself because that's something that's holding me back in life, is fear, a lot of fears. And maybe in another video I will go deeper into the fears that I have, but I'll put a list of it on the screen right here so we just know what are my fears. Okay, so now let's go into how I'm using rejection therapy to improve my life. So I decided I would do singing lessons and performing as a form of rejection therapy. So let me look at my notes so I don't go too far off track because I have a tendency to digress. Let's see. Okay, yeah, so let's start with singing. So singing in itself, it makes you more vulnerable. You have to sing in front of an audience, so you have to face criticism at times. You have to face rejection. You get feedback from people. I experience a lot of self-doubt and performance anxiety. So I decided, and that all plays into my life as well, but we're not going to get into that right now. So I decided I will take singing lessons and desensitize myself to criticism, feedback, rejection, anxiety, and self-doubt. Now here's how I did it. Essentially, every time I start a lesson, a singing lesson, I'm opening myself up to be more vulnerable, taking risk, working on my self-presence, and also desensitizing myself to anxiety, and coming up with techniques to help me push through those feelings of anxiousness and fear. So I started taking these lessons, and in the beginning I did feel embarrassment, shyness, but I pushed through those feelings, of course, and embraced it as it is part of the journey. It is part of the whole desensitization. April is when it first started, and the first lessons were terrifying. I am going to include the progression videos of my lessons, so not too much on me in the comments, please, okay? But this is all part of the journey, so the more I share, the less vulnerable I feel and anxious I feel. So this is also part of the rejection therapy. Me uploading this video right now is actually testimony to the rejection therapy actually working and improving my self-esteem, my confidence, and the way I handle rejection and the way I handle my anxiety. I'm still able to push through those feelings. Thank God. So the first few lessons were just, you know, I was filled with anxiety because I have to hear criticism on my voice, on just criticism in general. I have to accept the idea that I'm not perfect and everyone makes mistakes and it's okay. Because at times, that's something that I struggle with. At times, I can take criticism as rejection instead of taking it as a way to improve. I always have my guard up, and that's something that I wanted to fix. So always putting myself in a predicament to be critiqued help desensitize that feeling that I get when people critique me, if that makes sense. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. I started taking criticism and realizing that it's actually feedback. When I look at it as feedback, I can get through those feelings of rejection. That's it. And I have a lot on these papers, but I'm not gonna go through all of them. So, also, another way singing helped is because I have to sing in front of an audience, in front of other students, in front of other coaches, and live at that. So, you know, that ties into my performance anxiety, or just anxiety in general. I had to come up with techniques to help me get through those feelings, because the first performance that I did, I completely had an anxiety attack. I'm really going through something in here. Hold on. Open the window. Hold on. Because it's not funny. Because my heart is about to bust. I feel like I'm going to throw up. Okay? This is really sad. I don't want to be sad anymore. That's crazy. So, should I cry it out? I don't even know. I don't even know if I want to cry. I think I'm going to cry. Maybe it'll make me feel better afterwards. So let's give it. I'm gonna give it 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna come back stronger, and I'm gonna overcome this. Alright, that was 2 minutes. I am. Okay, we gave it 2 minutes of that. Oh wow, I just have to learn how to be patient with myself, just as I would my child, after learning how to be patient. Whew, it takes a lot to do it, but we're gonna do it. I'm gonna get this done. Okay, you're good. Nothing's wrong. Everything's okay. All right. Try again. Full blown, breathing heavy, crying. I cried for like 2 minutes. It was just a mess, but I still pushed through it, and I showed up and I performed, and I did my best.
I'll do the best I can, but when I got
And after that, each performance gets easier and easier to do now. Still a little anxiety behind it, but this far less anxiety. So I think the desensitization is actually helping. I am ready for love, here with an offering of. People say I'm the light of the party, 'cause I tell a joke or two. Although I might be laughing out loud, rejection therapy is also helping with facing self-doubt, because that is something that I struggled with. Self-doubt and just, talking down on yourself in your own head. It's just like an internal battle, internal struggle of fear, essentially. It's actually helping me overcome that feeling of not being good enough, because if I know I tried my best, I practiced the song, and I put in the work, I just show up and do what I can. And that's what fulfills me more than anyone's opinion of me. So yeah, because that's the hardest part of the journey that I'm on. It's the self-doubt. So yeah, essentially I let go of the idea of being perfect, and the more I push through, the more I realize being perfect is not part of the journey. It's being imperfect and working on yourself constantly. That's what matters the most. In another area of life where rejection therapy is helping me is building my emotional resilience and facing my vulnerabilities, not running away from them. Yeah, overall I'm just more resilient as a person in my life now, and I don't fear judgment as much anymore. And it's getting better and better with the time, and I am proud of my progress. So this is going to be that first video, the first step. After 6 months of rejection therapy, I am finally here to press upload. So it's just one step in the right direction, and it's going to help me put out more art, because that's what stops me from pressing the upload button, is that, or the fears. I just don't like being vulnerable, and art for me is very vulnerable because it's my passion. It's just things that I love, and to share it with other people, it's not my thing. So, but I do want to be more open and get over that fear, because it is holding me back in my real life. So rejection therapy is teaching me how to reframe criticism and view it as feedback instead of rejection, essentially, and it's helping. It really is, because I would not be here recording this video if it was not. So if you do see this video, rejection therapy is saving my life. It's changing me. Constantly exposing myself to that and working through it in my own brain, I think is causing like new pathways to form in my brain or something. Because now when I have a thought that make me want to crash out, I think to myself, girl, I was just playing. Don't listen to that. You got this. You good. Even though you're scared, do it anyway. So that voice is getting louder and louder each time I expose myself in this way, using rejection therapy. So it's helping. And 6 months later, I have to say it's working. Yeah, I have to say it's working. So I mean, I would encourage anyone who has the same struggles that I do to try it. Try rejection therapy, see if it improves your life. And I'm gonna keep you guys updated.
Yeah, well, you definitely can. That's like way high. That's way high, and you're hitting that. So see, this lets me know when we're working on songs, you can choose songs where you hit notes like that, almost going up. You're almost going up into those whistle tones, like Mariah. On, this is like a discovery for you to know, like, I can sing that high. You can sing those notes. You have a beautiful tone up there. You can hit those notes. That is just lovely. Woo!
Yeah. And you know what? So now that you say this, so the reason why I even decided, let me get lessons, right? So
you're still a baby.
Right. So it's only 9. And I'm like, you know what? I need to do this for me, because when I was about, I don't even know how old, maybe 10. I was singing I was singing Whitney Houston in my room, and my mother told me to shut up. And after that, I shut down.
What?
I kept replaying the song. I guess she got tired of hearing it, so she finally told me that. And after that, I was like, oh, that hurt my little heart. But now I'm like, let me
go. Oh, wow. So yeah, cause see that'll kind of mess with your confidence too. It's like, gosh, I'm singing and
yeah. My confidence. That's why I was like, I'm gonna do this for. If anything, I'll just have the confidence, to know.
Oh yeah, and do it for you, and then you can feel like doing things like, if they have open mic somewhere or something, and